His ankles kind of just want to slip all over the place and he wants to fall down, which I do too, you know, but we don't always get what we want. Hello friends and enemies. So, I know that these have been out for a while, but I'm just now getting around to opening them up. What we're looking at today is The Witcher Wild Hunt, Geralt of Rivia and Ciri from McFarlane Toys. Very simple packaging, window in the front, Geralt of Rivia on the side, promotional picture on the back, legal nonsense on the bottom, and throughout the box there's this kind of like white texture against the gray, and I think that's meant to be snow, like a blizzard or something, but it kind of just looks like dust. So we're looking at Geralt first, and I've heard there's some drama around Todd McPhee these days. I heard he said some things on Shartimus Prime's channel. Things that I don't necessarily agree with, but I'm not a toy manufacturer, so... I'm also not really here to get into a discourse about the whole thing. I like to keep my life as drama-free as possible. So, with Geralt of Rivia, you get Geralt, you get his swords, so you've got one steel sword for killing humans, one silver sword for killing monsters. And it's been a while since I played the game, so I don't really know which is which. Also, the finish on both these swords is the same, so it's really difficult to differentiate. I think these would really benefit from just some paint slapped on them. Some metallic paint, at least the silver sword, you know? You got a dash of color on the handles, but everything else is just plain gray plastic. You've also got a severed werewolf head. I don't know why we're doing accessories first. Normally we do accessories after we look at the figure, but we're trying something different today. Pretty gnarly looking, pretty gross. Paint on this is pretty nice. I would have liked to have seen maybe the vertebrae and some of the internal viscera colored differently than just the red here, but other than that, nice sculpt. Nice paint application. Feel kind of bad for him. You've got the stand, of course, we saw that. Will he fit on the stand? I think I've had trouble before with McFarlane figures not fitting on their stands. Geralt, are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it? Geralt seems to be able to do it. So the Geralt figure looks good. It looks like Geralt. It feels a little bit off model to me. Like it looks like Geralt, but not exactly like Geralt, you know, and from certain angles he looks a little cross-eyed. I don't know what that's about. I think I would have liked to have him in a more intense expression instead of just like blankly glaring at nothing. But some people prefer that neutral expression. I feel like on Geralt though it's never neutral. It's always some kind of anger or disappointment or exhaustion lurking below the surface. Yeah, something about him just doesn't look exactly like Geralt. He is recognizable, but it's not totally on point. Other than that, the detail on the clothing is fantastic. Got a lot of different fabrics here. Some chainmail, leathers, padding on the thighs, more leather down at the boots. Turn it around and you've got the two different scabbards for the swords. And you can get a look at Geralt's beautiful hair. I wonder if a wash would help bring out the details of that sculpt a little bit more, but then again, it might just make his hair look dirty instead of just the beautiful silvery mane that we all know and love. He's got a little hook here he can hang the werewolf head from. The hook is very, very soft though. I mean, it still hangs, but it's got a lot of give, so it doesn't want to hold on to things. I think it's probably better just to have Geralt holding the head in his hands. So, as far as articulation goes, he cannot look up because his hair is too beautiful. He can look down okay. He can turn a little bit, about within the realm of possibility of any normal human or non-human, as it were. Arm can go up about that much. You've got a rotation at the shoulder, but you've also got a bicep swivel that is hidden by this pauldron up here. Double elbow. You've got a twist on the wrist and also an up and down on the wrist. He wants to crunch, but his armor's not gonna let him. That said, the armor is soft here. Can see it indents a little bit when I'm pressing on it. So there's a little bit of flex, but not much. He can go back a lot better. High kick. Don't make Geralt kick too high. He's old and tired. Ooh, nice out to the side. That's pretty impressive. Double knee. It's a little difficult. Man, he's got all sorts of leg movements he can do. The knee looks a little strange when it's in a bent position, but what can you do? Now here's an interesting thing. Looking at these scabbards from the back, they're just closed off. They're not a full scabbard. And I wonder what the purpose of that was. Was it to save money? I feel like it's a really small level of plastic saved from doing that, and it just kind of like doesn't look too great. Okay, once again, I'm sorry, I don't remember which sword is which, so if I'm putting them in the wrong scabbard, then that is totally my bad. Like I said, it's been a while. That looks right. maybe. The color schemes match up and they seem to fit well. I'm trying to position it so the werewolf head hangs off more to the side so you can see more of that side detail instead of just like the gross stump of a neck or just head-on view, which is less interesting, but it really just wants to be in this one position. So maybe if you could just kind of like tangle the rope a little bit. I don't know. I actually might end up kind of tacking the rope onto the ear so it'll hang like this, because I don't like that it's just hanging like that. It also kind of ruins the believability to me. I will say that his ankles are a little loose. You're probably definitely going to need this stand in some capacity. Ugh. Because his ankles kind of just want to slip all over the place and he wants to fall down. Which I do too, you know, but we don't always get what we want. So next we're looking at Ciri. Same deal with the packaging. And Ciri is a cool character. I mean, not that Geralt isn't, but I don't know, I have a soft spot for Ciri. Make sure you don't throw away the packaging while this stuff is still in it, because you're gonna want that stand and you're gonna want that magic effect. Alright, Cirilla. Cirilla of the tiny ankles. Geralt has trouble standing up. She's definitely going to have trouble standing up. Alright, like Geralt, Ciri also comes with her weapon, her sword, and she comes with this sweet magic effect. Or magic, slashing, whatever. So you just slip it in like that. And there's also a little notch for the hilt to rest, so that is nice. Ciri herself, much like Geralt, is recognizable as Ciri. Something about the model is a little off. I think the face might be a little too lumpy, maybe, is the word I want to use. I also think she would benefit from some heavier makeup underneath her eyes, but she is recognizable as Ciri. Also, like with Geralt, no wash on the hair, but it is very nicely sculpted hair. You've got it looped into that bun in the back. Also, like with Geralt, killing it on the clothing texture. Lots of different texture, lots of little tiny intricate details on the clothing. I especially love this belt. It really adds a pop of color. I saw the Elder Blood Ciri variant in the store, and she looks pretty awesome too. I thought about getting her, but I am happy with having just one Ciri, the normal Ciri. A lot of the looser parts of her clothing are rubbery, so they shouldn't get in the way of whatever you're gonna do. And let's look at articulation on her. More up than Geralt, but still not too much up. Down an okay amount. Nice twist. Of course, you've got rotation. Let's see about this arm. Arm up and swivel. Nice bicep swivel. We'd love to see it on a female character. Strategically hidden by these, what would you call these? I'm just drawing a blank right now. Armbands. Wow. That took way too much brain power. She even has a double elbow, though how effective it is arguable because her elbow has gone back as far as it seems to be able to, and the secondary part of the elbow hasn't moved any. Up and down and rotation on the wrist. Better crunch forward than Geralt. Ooh, better crunch back, too. High kick, off to the side, very nice. Like father, like daughter. Double knee, and she kicks back pretty far. Those sweet boots. Man, I want those boots. Up and down and rotation on the ankle. And she's also got a toe joint. I forgot to mention that Geralt also has a toe joint. How effective they're going to be, though, I don't know, because I can't really imagine a situation in which I'm going to need a toe joint. But they're there if you need them. So she has a very awkward-looking hole in her back. Peg that scabbard into it. Oh, come on, man. There we go. You can slide her sword right in. If you have steadier hands than I do. So as I touched on before, she does have trouble standing. She's got these high heels. So we're going to need her stand, but I think I dropped it. Where did you go? Peg looks a little bit too big for the hole, but let's see if this will work. Alright, that's a comfy fit. You still have to position her kind of carefully because she still kind of wants to roll over. And if you want her to be attacking with this slashing sword effect. Like I said, it's been a long time since I played the game, so I can't really remember if she has an attack, like using the Elder Blood, where she makes like this magic whatever, or if it's just a slash effect. Is a little bit loose in her hand. It wants to keep just like sliding. I don't think you're supposed to hold a sword right at the guard. There we go. Just keep it there. It takes a little bit of positioning, and then when you add the weight of this, the sword wants to kind of fall out of her grip even more, but you can kind of finagle it in. And I have to say, they do look really nice together. So in comparison, here is Bringart's Kingdom Hearts Riku, and he stacks up pretty well next to them. He's about the same size. And we also have Four Horsemen Studios Krampus, which would be a cool guy for these two to fight. One day Geralt's just carrying around Krampus's head instead of a werewolf's. If you're a Witcher fan, they're really cool to have, because I don't think there's actually any other Witcher action figures out on the market, at least not that I know of. There's a lot of statues, but I don't think there's any other figures besides what McFarlane is doing, if we're not counting the Nendoroids anyway. Faces are a little bit off, but they're affordable figures, and everything else looks really nice. So I give it 2 injured fingers up. Thank you so much for watching. Likes and subscribes are very much appreciated. Comments are more than welcome. And I will see you guys on the next one.